I'm ranked 41k with my free hit active. There's only 5 game weeks remaining and this is my last chip of the season. I have to capitalise if I want to finish in the top 10k again. Starting with the goalkeeper position, I didn't necessarily target the goalkeeper with the highest clean sheet odd. I really fancy Fulham to get a clean sheet against Southampton away, which is why I went for Leno. Like I said, they don't have the highest of clean sheet odds, but Southampton have one of the worst attacks in the league, and Fulham have one of the best defences. It's Newcastle who's got the highest clean sheet odds this game week against Ipswich, and that's not the only reason why I've doubled up on Trippier and Livramento. If you look at Barnes, Murphy and Gordon, they're all great options if they play the full match, but the problem is they've all got risky expected minutes, they've not had reliable minutes recently, so I'd rather go for those defensive players where I know they're still good options, and they probably will play the full match or near enough all of it anyway. Trippier's very attacking, and Livramento's quite attacking as well. My last starting defender is very attacking. It's Aït-Nouri against another promoted side, which is Leicester, and Leicester have got the lowest XG figure in the whole league this season. So whilst I don't really like the Wolves defence because it's quite weak, they're also facing the worst attack in the league with the home advantage. Just quickly covering the bench, there's not a lot of goalkeeper options that are fancy for a clean sheet. That kind of goes hand in hand with a blank game week, there's less teams to choose from. So I have gone for Sanchez. Obviously I'd go for Newcastle, but I've already got a triple up, so I can't do that. And if I had Pope, I'd start him anyway. I'm actually backing against the clean sheet odds here. Chelsea have got higher clean sheet odds than Fulham, but I think Southampton's attack is worse than Everton's, and I think Fulham's defence is better than Chelsea's as well. The only difference is the home advantage. My 8th attacker on the bench is Matoma. He's cheap, he's got good underlying stat, and he has a favourable home fixture against that poor West Ham defence, so I do think he's a decent player to step in if I need him, and he's quite cheap so he does fit into the free hit team very well. The first defender on the bench isn't cheap, in fact he's the most expensive defender in the game, which is Trent, but he's got quite a difficult fixture from a defensive perspective this game week against Spurs. He does have the home advantage, he does play for a strong defence, he's also very good at attacking, but he has only just returned from injury, and he didn't play anywhere near 90 minutes in his last match, so I'm not quite sure if we can rely on his minutes too much. The question is, if he looked like he was going to play the full match, would I put him in my first 3 defenders, and which defender would I drop? Well, for a start, I'd still have the Newcastle defensive double up because of the clean sheet odds. I really fancy them for a clean sheet against Ipswich, plus they're attacking themselves, and Aït-Nouri is posting big attacking underlying stats recently for a defender. He's facing the worst attack, like I said, so I will probably still keep Trent on the bench no matter what, but he's not a bad defender to have on the bench. Completing my bench and that attacking defender theme is a Stupinian. I don't necessarily fancy Brighton for a clean sheet against West Ham at home, but there's a very low chance of him getting subbed on, and he is quite cheap so he funds the rest of the team. Moving on to the attack, the first 3 players in my whole team were Isak, Salah and Cunha. The reason for that is because they were the 3 players on the shortlist in my best captain video this game week, so if we were to predict 3 players to score the most points, these would be the 3 of them. That's why they're in my top 7 attackers straight away. I'm not going to spoil my best captain video just in case you've not already watched it. Make sure you watch it after this if you've not. Picking the other midfielders was quite difficult. Salah's the only standout option, but I have gone for Palmer because we know he's got a high ceiling. I know he's not done too well recently, and Everton's defence is quite strong, but he has got the home advantage, and like I said, he has got that high ceiling, and he's on penalty duties. Clivert also gets in there because he's on pens as well, and he did play 90 minutes in Bournemouth's last match. I do think United at home is quite an average fixture. It's not necessarily easy, but it's definitely not difficult. I think Clivert's a decent option, but I would happily switch him for another midfielder, and the same applies for Luis Diaz as well. He did play 90 minutes in both of Liverpool's last matches, including playing out of position up front as a forward, so that's why he's currently in there, but he is a bit of a roll of the dice because he is a rotation risk. My last forward is Welbeck. He's on pens as well, and that's because João Pedro's out, so he should get 90 minutes too. But Jimenez is also a great option with Muniz out. He should be on penalties as well. I just wish he had a 4-forward formation, because Jimenez would walk in my team over any midfielder apart from Salah. There is still a chance that Jimenez gets in my team against Southampton away over Welbeck. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. If there's any changes before the deadline, they will be announced on there in my team reveal. That will be posted on my Patreon as well. Make sure you subscribe on there for exclusive benefits.